at the Tuah Stadium in Melaka for the FAM Frenz Asia Champions Trophy 2015. And it's Group A action between Felda United and Frenz United A. With me in the commentary box, Mr. Alistair. Welcome, sir.
Thank you very much. A pleasure to be here once again in beautiful Melaka.
Of course, both these teams have played a game each. This stadium being home to both Frenz United A and Felda United. And Frenz United A got their campaign underway last week at this very stadium when they drew 1-1 with Chonburi of Thailand. And Felda United, also playing here, drew their opening encounter against AIFF India. That was a goalless draw. So all four teams going into match day 2 with draws, as you can see. Chonburi, though, sit top of the group. Frenz United A, as you can see, in second. Of course, Chonburi are playing AIFF India. They would be strong favourites for that one, but no surprise, Alistair, that Thai football again rears its head.
Yeah, they've been playing extremely well. I thought the result for Frenz United A was very good against Chonburi. They played extremely well. Chonburi scored a late equaliser, so that was a very good result. And I think to come away with a 1-1 draw in the first game of the season, getting a bit of cobwebs out, it sort of sets things up pretty nicely. So the other game, Felda United versus the India under-19 team, played in the afternoon, was played at contrasting styles, maybe a lot of it due to the heat, but you know, 1 point with all four teams on 1 point has it all to play for.
Absolutely. Not far away from kickoff here. If you are in the vicinity, do pop along and come in and watch the game. It is free entry as we see the Felda team arriving just earlier, obviously before kickoff.
It's good to get these scenes before the game. Just sets a scene for how the players get their focus with the music. A lot of the guys look very focused. And here we have Frenz, the Frenz boys.
Absolutely, the Frenz boys in good mood, and I can tell you, well, the team sheets we've been passed, it's certainly a very attacking formation today, with chief advisor, or depending on which hat he's wearing these days, but Steve McMahon, of course, involved behind the scenes as we look at the lads involved in Frenz United. Some very promising couple of Brazilians who starred in the game against Chonburi. Certainly a lot of young players to look out for here. The young forward as well, Aizat Muklis, put in a good shift last time out against Chonburi. So we're going to hear from both coaches what they're going to say about the big game right now.
Memberi satu persembahan yang baik, persembahan yang lebih baik daripada first game melawan India hari itu. Dan kami akan cuba sedaya upaya kami untuk memberi tentangan yang sengit kepada pasukan Frenz A, yang di mana semua maklum yang Frenz antara pasukan favourite dalam tournament ni. Jadi saya mengharapkan semua pemain-pemain saya akan memberi komitmen, semangat dan kerjasama berpasukan yang baiklah pada malam ni, insyaAllah.
I'm expecting a very attacking game from our side. We see last week the game, so we need 3 points if we want to go ahead with Chonburi. We need 3 points, so it will be a good game, I hope.
The two head coaches, that was Eric van der Meer, of course, head coach of Frenz United, and before that, Charles Azhar, a football legend in this time. Mr. Alistair Edwards, you remember Charles Azhar from his playing days. Is it going to carry through to his management style, you reckon?
You would think so. It's great to have the likes of Charles Azhar really putting things back into the game, because the youth development is crucial for Malaysian football, and it's really good to have these guys imparting their great knowledge onto these young and up-and-coming players. And then contrast with Frenz United today, I think there's a bit of Dutch influence there. So I think we'll see one of the formations today from speaking to Steve McMahon. I think we mentioned before that Steve McMahon is not heavily involved, but I'm sure he is. 100%.
Well, on our official team sheets, he's under the team manager category today, so that's the hat he's wearing. Apart from Eric van der Meer and Steve McMahon, Dave Mitchell is also involved in the coaching setup. As there he is in your picture right now. Of course, in his heyday, he knew where the back of the net was.
Yeah, he's a former teammate of mine, actually.
Like yourself.
We played with Millwall together. We played against the likes of Arsenal and Chelsea, and back in '95, the good old days. But Dave Mitchell has an outstanding career as a striker, and so he's been brought in by Steve McMahon and the Frenz United A to add that little bit of influence to the strikers, a little bit of insider knowledge for a striker, and little tips that he can pass on, because he's had a great career at Feyenoord and Millwall and Chelsea, and he played for the Socceroos. So, and he's did quite well in management as well. So it's great to see him involved.
Just to illustrate how long ago that was, the Millwall Alistair's talking about, they used to play at Cold Blow Lane, and that's the old Millwall.
And Millwall used to be able to beat the likes of Arsenal and Chelsea, which we did in those days. It was fantastic. I think Dave scored one of the winning penalties against Chelsea. To be honest, I think that was one of his what he's told me that numerous occasions when he had a few beers.
Millwall have gone downhill since you two have left. Let me just say. The teams are just about ready to take to the pitch. The subs are at their lovely benches along with the coaches there. So we're about to see the second match then get underway here in Group A. It is the FAM Frenz Asia Champions Trophy 2015, and slight drizzle coming down, although this time Alistair and I won't mind so much. We're undercover this week.
Yeah, it was incredible. The last time I was here, we got absolutely drenched with rain. We've moved positions, actually, I think, due to that. I don't think it was more for us, it was more for the equipment.
More for the equipment.
But it's just a fantastic environment down in Melaka. So if anyone's out there, they should come along, because great surface, really good little feel for the stadium, and looking forward to this game immensely, because Frenz United have got some great import players, and coached by a very experienced head coach from Holland, against the likes of Charles Azhar's little diamonds from Felda.
So both teams just about ready to do battle here. We saw them train, Alistair, just warm up there. There is a size difference between the two sides.
Yeah, there's a marked difference that we noticed. Frenz United just appeared to be that lot that's so much taller and bigger and things like that. But at the end of the day, the Spanish team is very short. The likes of Messi and Xavi and etc. And they won the World Cup. So the beauty about the world game and the beauty of football is that the ball is the same size and the same weight wherever you are. So that's the beauty of our game.
Well said. The officials today are all from Cambodia as the teams huddle up and pose for their group shots. Got to say, Frenz United come into this one as the favourites. I mean, even before the tournament started, the pressure on head coach Eric, he was told he had to win the group regardless.
Yeah, well, there's a massive investment, isn't there, from Frenz United A. They've got a lot of the import players coming in. They've got the likes of Steve McMahon, a legend from Liverpool and this region, the likes of Dave Mitchell coming in now. So there's a massive investment, and with that investment there comes a lot of expectations. And on the flip side, Felda, they wouldn't put anywhere near as much financial outlay into the team, but the expectations for them are to get their players into the first 11, and they've taken an approach with a legend of the game in Malaysian football, Sharul Azhar, as the head coach to guide this group.
And this is the team that Sharul Azhar has put together here. Felda United considered the home team in this match here today. Of course, both sides play their home matches at the same stadium. This is how we think Felda United will line up. We know for sure Kyril, the 11, will lead the attack. It's more a case of everybody joining Kyril up front.
Yeah, I think the way the formations there are 4-5-1. I think they're expecting to be under the pressure today. You listen to Sharul Azhar in the pre-match interview, saying that Frenz United A are the favourites. So he's put out the team accordingly.
Frenz United A under Eric van der Meer. Well, we told you it was an attacking formation, and well, sure enough, it's 3 at the back. We think we've got Saddam, Rildho, and Izafik as the 3 defenders there. Fridolin, the number 13 in your picture, or Redho as he likes to be known, he'll play in the holding midfield role along with Sasha, and then it's 3 behind the front 2 of Adi and Aizat, the double A. Yes. The 2 benches there, players available to both sides. 27, Dodi Al-Fayed came on for Frenz in the first game. Might see him again in this one. So we're just about ready for the big kickoff here then in Melaka. Group A action between Frenz United and Felda United. The referee and his linesman are all decked in the Uruguay colours. Nice to see.
What a beautiful surface, just looking at the bird's eye view we got here. The curator at this ground should be congratulated.
Absolutely, one of the better playing surfaces certainly, and we do take into account all the MSL pictures as well come included in that. It is a beautiful passing, and the slight drizzle here as well, well, it can make it only even slicker. So we're underway. Felda United, all in orange, are kicking from right to left. Frenz United A, of course, in the familiar all-black strip. Ronald immediately is on the ball. Great skill from the Brazilian, and hacked from the back. The referee says foul. So first free kick after 26 seconds.
You can see Ronald's intention straight away in the first 30 seconds, but you can also see the Felda's intention. There were 4 players swarmed around him. They obviously earmarked him as the danger man, and rightly so, because he has such a strong reputation already at such a young age as Ronald.
Amirul's got a 3-man wall in front of him, just in case. And it's Daniel with the free kick. It's hit in! And we have our opening goal. It's Ali Ivan Pavila. And Frenz United
It's reminiscent of the first goal they scored against Chombira in the 1-all. Great cross coming in here. Look at that, attacking the ball. And, tremendous little flick over the keeper. That's a great finish. And a great start for Frenz United, eh?
Exactly what the doctor ordered as far as Frenz United are concerned.
You see the pace in that cross that came in from Daniel Amir. That was a great headed finish. Not the start that Felda United would have wanted. Stating the obvious.
With it all to do now, the team in orange. This is Redho on the ball, one of two Brazilians, along with Ronald, the number 10.
Who'd be a coach? Because you would have come into this game as Felda United's coach, and Show Alavado will say, let's keep it tight in the early start of the game. We're going to make sure it's nice and compact and play away into the game. And then we'll see if we can get him on the break, and then suddenly, within 30 seconds or 45 seconds, that great plan is out the window.
He's probably already thinking about the half-time team talk, isn't he? Cheryl outside. Free kick to Felda United. They look left, and unfortunately, Mohamed Farhan wasn't on the same wavelength there as Farid Nizal.
No doubt that Cheryl Azar would have been saying, let's keep it tight, concentrate in the first, particularly the first 5 minutes, to make sure we keep everything tight. Good lesson for the young boys.
Greco plays a long, searching ball. And fell onto the top of Ivan's head. I don't think he knew much about that. Frenz United now on the attack. Mohamed Farhan getting support here. But the boys in black pick the ball up. Daniel spreading it. Was pulled from behind by Asmil Rahman. Free kick. The referee saw that happen right in front of him as well.
Yeah. A little bit of frustration people probably want to try and nip that attack in the bud straight away.
Zafi close down. Just joined us. The opening goal came inside the first minute, scored by the number 7, Adi Ivan Hafila, after a terrific free kick. Now, Felda United try and get the ball moving themselves. Again, they look to this left-hand side. Mohamed Farhan, though, ran into a black wall of players. And Sadat goes back to his goalkeeper. Zafiq, who played as a left-back in the opening game against Chonburi, now 1 of 3 at the back for Frenz United. Again, Farhan closed down very quickly, and Ronald now bursting forward for Frenz United. Couldn't find Ivan, and Felda United come away with it now. Farid Ashraf. On the line it goes. Zafi, Frenz United. Was closed down well enough, and Felda Felda, after the shaky opening few moments, they've slowly got themselves into this tie and up to pace. But they do find themselves a goal behind already.
Coming back from an offside position. Yeah, the Felda boys have settled into the game and they're knocking the ball around quite well.
The referee doesn't take too kindly to that. Daniel being spoken to. Don't know if you caught that. He just kicked the ball away. That's the referee blew for a free kick.
Setting his authority in the game early doors, referee.
Don't like to see bad habits like that creep into these young players. In the way. Ronald. Good skill from Ronald, and again chopped down from behind.
See there, but Ronald on screen now. His intention to play every time he gets the ball. He's been trying to run at players straight away. So the first 5 minutes he's had the ball 4 times. Every time he's run at the opposing defence.
Again, it's Daniel Amir with this free kick. Goes far post. Sasha miscues that shot. Felda United trying desperately to win possession back. In the end, the referee's whistle coming to the aid of the team in orange.
Clear the intent from Felda United in the early stages, get players behind the ball, make it difficult for them to break down and break quickly.
Southdown winning towering header.
You go with 3 at the back, as Frenz United have done, and he goes 3 at the back to be nice and comfortable on the ball. And here he is again.
Ronald, lovely quick feet, ghosting past players, and that final ball maybe could have been better. In the opening game against Felda, Ronald was he'd just been in the country for 4 days, and Coach Eric was saying he's not got over his jet lag, and he's still put in a good shift, but you could see he was a bit behind the pace in that particular game, but certainly up to the pace now.
It's really difficult for anyone to come into Malaysia and play after 4 days. I remember when I was playing here in my 7 seasons, it often took a good few weeks to get used to the humidity and the different type of climate. Obviously the jet lag from Brazil wouldn't help.
So Ruff's free kick doesn't find an orange head, and Felda will get another free kick here.
Been involved heavily, hasn't he, Danielle? Free kicks and having a stern word to by the referee, getting fouled upon himself. Like the old Steve McMahon of old, but on the opposite team.
Nizal tries to steal a few yards and gets told off by the referee. Eric Vandermeer, don't worry, that's just it's not a worrying look, that's his normal look, I've been told.
Concentration.
Now Farid Nizal hit an amazing free kick from this kind of distance against the Indian under-19s, and it came off the crossbar. So, apologising, but I certainly seen it in him. I know he's got it in his locker. So maybe that's one thing Frenz United, I'm sure they would have had an eye on the Felda United draw as well. They would be aware of that. Arnold on the ball again. It's so nice to watch. As I say that, he gifts it. Tuah from Noor Azizul. Looks cross-field. Farhan looking for support. Felda come again now. Alif's ball. Mohamed Farhan on this left-hand side. Looks to be the outlet. Cuts inside, takes a shot. Straight.
Another great bit of build-up play from Felda United. Love those cross-field passes. It's good to see Farhan cutting inside. He liked a bit more sting on that shot. He's creating some good space for himself, is Mohamed Farhan.
First shot on target for Felda United. The French United goal scored very early in the match in the opening minute by number 7, Ivan Afila. Nice header from Daniel Amir's free kick, but here come Felda United now looking for a response and won a corner.
It's been a good response, hasn't it, from Felda United? And one of it's always good to go up early in the game, but one of the things that happens is, from French United's point of view, is they sometimes get a bit lackadaisical and drop intensity a bit. And I know, speaking with Steve McMahon, intensity and working hard is a key element. You have to do that first and foremost. They've got to make sure that they match Felda United in their intensity. Otherwise, it'll be a long evening.
Asmil Rahman's corner. It's not dealt with properly. Raphael's clearance falls back to Asmil. And he won't keep that in play.
The pitch rolls very truly, so that ball won't hold up. I was speaking to the head curator of the JDT. He was from Japan. He was telling me before the game that he mowed the pitch so the ball would roll for only 5 meters with a proper pass. You know, they get into that much detail. So wow. Let it grow a little bit more, then it will go to a certain distance. So I found that fascinating.
That is fascinating.
The passion in his voice when he was speaking to him.
Red Bull gets it. Now Felda, Cairo Suleiman needs support. Asmil again. They look to the left-hand side, and Mohamed Farhan. He ran out of pitch there, Mohamed Farhan tried to take on Raphael.
And once again, Mohamed Farhan getting some space on the left-hand side with French United playing 3 at the back. The width, so you've got to make sure that Redho comes back and tries to do some more defensive work, because at the moment, Farhan is capitalising on the narrowness of the back 3 from French United.
Amir losing the ball, and this is Mohamed Farhan again. Immediately, Rildo comes to meet him, and Asmil on his right-hand side is a free in the way. He says fairly, but the referee disagrees. It's a free kick for Felda United.
A great bit of skill from Asmil Rahman. The old nutmeg to Azifik. Here we go, you watch it. Whoops, see you later. And
first yellow as well shown by the referee to Isafiq Ruzi. So, free kick for Frenz United to defend here.
Great bit of skill from Asmil. You'd love to see it at that, playing with freedom. Show and influence from Shoal Azhar, the head coach.
Got a Felda United player down. He's going to need some attention. It looks like Muhammad Farhan. It is Farhan. Certainly been lively for the home side in the opening 17 minutes here. An outlet for them on this left-hand side. And you would expect that with Frenz United playing free at the back, they're going to have to be very tight. And like you say, Redho is going to have to drop back and help out this back three a bit more.
Particularly if they keep giving the ball away in those areas. Redho's got to stay wide himself, but he seems to be getting dragged inside.
So, play will resume now with this Felda United free kick. It will be Farid Ashraf to take it. 4 orange shirts to aim for. It's flicked off the back and it's... Tell you what, Saddam got in the way of that. How crucial was that block from Asmil Rahman?
It's very crucial. Saddam. Again, great width in cross. Where's the marking at the back post there? And there you go. Would have definitely had to brought a save out. For me, the question needs to be asked, what's happening on this right-hand side defensively?
Here come Felda United again. Olive Reza. They look to this left-hand side. Farid Ashraf joining the attack from the left-back position. Gets caught though. Frenz United get a throw on the halfway line.
Take away that early goal, the first 45 seconds, you'd say that Felda United probably the better team. The difference in formation to me is causing some issues for Frenz United, Here is left-hand side. In possession is fine, but it's just out of possession where Frenz United are all sorts of problems.
Ronald immediately crowded out. Again, it's the target for the throw. See orange shirts converging, but Ronald will get to this and he will keep it in. Gets the ball across. The goalkeeper fouled, says the referee. Amirul Ashraf gets the decision. Now I know Des Corkill will fall down on the side of the goalkeeper here. Was he impeded?
I think once the ball's in the air, there's contact. The referees seem to go with the goalkeepers, but I'm sure Dave Mitchell on the sidelines will have a chat to the referee at half-time because he used to come to some much more brief challenges than that. Got away with it.
It would have been Ivan's second of the game. It was a loose pass from Daniel.
It maybe was a bit of a hit first into the goalkeeper that swayed the referee.
Sasha looks long. Ike is the intended target, and Frenz United win a corner. Past the 20-minute mark here in Melaka. Group A action between Felda United and Frenz United. Because also in the group, Chonburi of Thailand and AIFF India, the Indian under-19 side. Now Felda United with defending to do here. Daniel Amir with this corner. The orange shirts get there first. Good hassling. Sasha winning the ball back. Assist Reto. Foul, says the referee.
See the Felda players swarming to get the ball back. Sullivan getting the last little tackle in. Deemed as a foul by the referee.
So it will be Sasha with this free kick for Frenz United. It's gone in! It's taken a touch, and it's Bruno Raphael with the second goal here. Frenz United are 2 up.
Spoke about the size difference before the game. Delivery into the box, this time by Sasha. The in-swinging curler was well met by Raphael. Here we are, look at it. Really good delivery and a little flick on. Another great goal from Frenz United from a set piece.
That's Raphael's second goal of this tournament. Of course, he scored the opener against Chonburi last week, so goal-scoring defender. Worth their weight in gold. Frenz United A, they're 2 up against Felda United here. One half the team in orange got they settled well after conceding the early goal. Here is Muhammad Farhan. Black shirts on that occasion. Rico. He just couldn't get a foot onto that to get that under control. It's now being played at quite a pace again, end stuff.
Result that Felda United don't drop their heads, because take the score 2 set pieces away. The performance has been very good. But we did mention the height difference at the beginning of the game. You've got such great delivery into the box. The likes of Sasha just there. They can capitalise on it.
Here we go now. Moving the ball with confidence, the team in black. Got a couple of goals to do.
After about 10 minutes or so. And again, get 3 or 4 players surrounding him. Excellent skill. Playing to the right foot, to the left foot. And Asmil comes in and says, not anymore, you're not. Brings him out, just outside the box. It's great to see.
Lucky not to be shown a card. Felda United number 20 and was rather high. Now, a free kick for the team in orange to defend here. And the rebound from Sasha. Did it hit one of his own guys? Yeah, it's a Felda United goal kick.
They're looking ever so dangerous from the free kick situations, dead ball situations from left and right. It's almost as if they get one and they're going to score. Again, the delivery is fantastic. Good defensive header. You get those shots on target, anything can happen. Good deflection, this time was off Saddam.
Rido picks up the loose ball. It's lovely quick feet. Isaac's ball in. Deal with it well enough. Now to
do it in the first 20 odd minutes of the game in terms of possession wise, so just got to keep on with that. The expectations before the game that Frenz United were probably going to be too strong. So stick to the game plan that Shalazar has put out for him.
Now we go. Oh no. Switch play to the left-hand side, and it's a beautiful pass. Well taken down by Ike, but good keep possession, and it's gone out for a Felda throw.
You see Ronald there, he's got the left foot, the right foot, got the vision, ability to play players in, and also one of the most crucial things for a young player is the ability to go past players.
Very, very highly thought of in the Frenz United Academy. Ronald. Certainly you can see in the opening 27 minutes or so that here he goes again. The boy's a bit special. Another lovely turn, and it seems the only way to stop Ronald is to bring him down.
There's that man, Danielle again, really harassing him, making sure he doesn't go past, and he goes again. Little professional foul there. Asmil is pleading for his mate not to get a card.
Trials a long ball, Isaac to chase this. Felda United goal kick. As we approach the half-hour mark here in Melaka, this is Group A action of the FAM Frenz Asia Champions Trophy 2015. Frenz United A, 2 goals to the good here against Felda United. Even at this early stage, Frenz United looking good for 4 points after 2 games. And of course, a lot of football still to be played. Farid Ashraf found Ridho in the way. Farid Ashraf did well. This is Muhammad Farhan. Tricky customer, but Rafael in the way. Felda United keep the attack going here. Now Ronald picks up the loose ball. Flips that one forward, Isaac chases. Harris for company, Isaac gets his body in the way.
Strength there, Isaac.
Fellow countryman Ridho.
Gesturing to his teammates to keep the ball slower down a little bit so he can get himself a bit of a breather for his next foray up front.
Ball for Isaac, found him in an offside position. We're going to see a change here, and it's Felda United to make it. It looks like Muhammad Farhan will take no further part in the game, so he's really hurt himself.
That's a shame. He's having really good moments in this game, was Muhammad Farhan.
Amirul Zakwan comes on in his place.
Danielle is gone to the left. See if he can capitalise on those wide areas as Vahan did.
Ali Akbar with the clearance. Largely untroubled so far, the French United goalkeeper.
Yeah, look at that. You've got the tall timber, as we like to say, attacking that area. The delivery is the key here. Little flick on, and you had Rafael following it through, a little simple, not in.
You just can't defend against those, can you?
It's
The
very,
flick-ons.
it's very difficult. And the key thing there is the delivery and the timing of the runs. And you had two players there. The flick on, timing was fantastic, and then you had Rafael following it through. I'm sure they've worked on that on the training ground.
Zafi. Looks long. Ronald gets a touch on it. No, Azizul looks wide. Asmil makes a run forward and ball was poor pass to him. French United regain possession here. Rildo. Looks for his captain, Saddam. Saddam forward. Looking for height on the left-hand side. Good defending from Asmil. Daniel Amir's ball. Orange head getting in the way. Zafi clipped as he tried to run away with that ball. You can see the possession stats on your screen right now. No surprise, really.
French United got the ball in this area quite a lot. Maintain possession. If there's any small little thing you'd like to see a bit better from French United is from coming from here, and where do they get the width? I'd like to see Ayed on the left and Redho on the right to provide that width when you're playing a 3-4-3. They seem to be playing very narrow, forcing those balls in those central areas.
And that's, I was going to say, easy for Felda to pick up, but they gift it back cheaply, and now Redho couldn't find Ronald. In steps Aleph, and Aleph couldn't find Daniel Rossi.
Ball wasn't ideal to Daniel. But Daniel now going to say an unfamiliar position on the left-hand side. I think Farhan was more of a natural left-sided winger. Daniel more of a central combative midfielder.
Al-Sharaf will get another chance to throw this in. It's a return. Down the line it goes. Azizul with the foul there. It's a bit too easy for French United to, when they win the ball back at the moment. I'm sure Carol Azhar's going to have a few words at half-time. Rico, forward. Azhar held as he fell, and it's a foul. defender.
Strength there. Get the ball back, definitely a free kick.
Certainly would make things interesting if the team in orange can find one just before half-time. Completely missed that jump, but it is a French United throw there. His clearance. French United win it back. Forcing the mistake. Seven minutes to go to half-time here in Melaka. As Ronald dances his way past two. And Amirul got a glove onto that. Not entirely convincing, but it remains 2-0.
Again, a great bit of skill from Ronald. He deflected cross. Amirul had to get a fingertip to it to knock it out of the path of the unrushing number 11 from French United. Suleiman. One out to figure things again. They haven't had it entirely their own way. Our friends.
Ike's ball. To Ivan. And he's been quiet, the goal scorer, since putting the ball in the back of the net in the first minute. Here's Rafael. Felda United pouring forward. This is a much better move from the team in orange. McVitry's ball! Tell you what, that was a free header.
And that's the difference. The two teams. That's a great delivery into the box. Done by McVitry there. Whereas French United can get the head on it, with a bit of venom and direction. Raman really fluffed it.
Aris, Dino Azizul. Decision goes French United way. That's McVitry coming back from an offside position.
It's a good clean break in from the left. Come back in. Here we are. Get it on target.
He had the time. He was looking at the ball and it just hit the top of his head. Azmil Rahman. Well, Charles Azhar will want to show that to him again in future and go sort that header out.
Yeah, we'll look back about a tinge of disappointment with Azmil. At least he got into the box and made that forward run. Great cross from
Now another chance! And that time Amirul Ashraf in the way, denying Ike the third goal for French United.
Again, good to play from outside the box, and here we are, a little flick. And Ike, left-footed, and a great save from Amirul Ashraf. Palmed it away into the non-danger area for a corner. Asking questions of his back four.
Faris Fauzi first to head that away. But Daniel Amir couldn't find a teammate with that, and that was Ronald with the foul. The referee wants a word, and out comes the yellow card.
Yeah, just took his legs from behind, took Daniel's legs. Daniel's not happy. And neither was the referee.
Rito's ball. Decision goes against Ivan. And Tariq Nizal left in a heap there. And here's why. Kick from behind.
There's definitely still a bit of sting in the game. Felda United not too pleased at being down 2-0 in the set pieces. They're really getting stuck in.
He looks to be really hurt. He's going to need some attention. And the other players will use the opportunity to take on some liquids. We're not far off half-time here. Felda United goalie Amirul Ashraf certainly called into action tonight. Well, he's had to pick the ball out the back of the net twice, but he's also pulled out a couple of good saves, hasn't he?
He's been the busiest of the two, that's for sure. Couldn't do much with the goals. Great delivery and little deflections. That was a great save just before.
Play resumes with Felda United for now, playing with 10 men. Farid Nizal fit to rejoin the action, and he has. Felda now back to their full complement. We have played 45 minutes now here in Melaka. And Frenz United, well, they look to be cruising this at the moment by 2-0. Although it could be a totally different half-time team talk should Felda United find a goal here. Asmo pointing where he wants the ball
to make amends in that header.
Farid Ashraf free kick. Oh, he's got the header! I tell you what, Ali Akbar came a long way and he didn't get there, and little Asmo, what a header!
The keeper here flapping. It's unlucky from Asmil, but what was the keeper thinking there? You're going to come out, you've got to get it. If only he did that in the cross previously.
They do get a corner though, Felda United. Not Azizul. Into the penalty area, not Azizul. Shot blocked. Danger is still not cleared. Frenz United, Felda United with Tyrol now. In the end, we won't want to see that again. Ahmad Fitri. Just a minute left to play before half-time here. As Ali Akbar so easily have been beaten just a few moments ago by Asmil's header. And the referee says that's 45 minutes, extra 2 minutes. It all started so well for Frenz United with Ivan in your picture, getting the header after just 1 minute. And, well, Rildo scoring after 22 minutes, making it 2-0. And Felda United, they've puffed, but they've not been able to find a way through. So at half-time then, in Melaka, it is Frenz United 2, Felda United 0. Welcome back to the Tuah Stadium in Melaka for the Group A matchup between Felda United and Frenz United A. Frenz United 2 goals to the good, 2 goals from set pieces scored by Rildo and from Ade. We heard at half-time from both team managers. Interesting what Steve McMahon was saying to Talis Edwards.
Yeah, I totally agree with him, actually. I think he was obviously reasonably pleased with the scoreline, but not the way that they were playing. And him being from an area where they played Liverpool, where they were good, maintained possession through the midfield to the strikers, and he mentioned 3 or 4 passes. And although the percentage of possession has been quite high for Frenz United, it has been in the back third, and they've been playing around from the back. And then they've more often than not, they've bypassed midfield to go up front. And that's something we picked up on in the first half with Aid and Redho, where they were playing a bit too narrow. So I expect what they were saying at half-time, because obviously Arik Bentley is also from a pedigree of playing good possession style football. He's got to do that a little bit better. But again, it's a new system, 3-4-3 they were playing in the first half. It's a hard one to learn for young players, and you've got to learn by experience.
And the team manager for Felda United, Faisal Ramli, said that he actually thought Felda United were playing the better football, just not taking the chances, and hopefully they'll come out and put on a better show. And really, it was a golden opportunity that Asmil missed in the first half. The diminutive number 20 for Felda United. Well, both teams just about ready then for the second 45 here at the Tuah Stadium in Melaka. The team in black, Frenz United A, are 2 goals to the good.
I'm really pleased to hear those comments from both managers at half-time, because results are important, but it's the way that you play which is crucial, particularly at this age. And although Frenz United are winning 2-0, they're not particularly happy with their playing. And on the flip side to that, Felda United are on the losing on the scoreline, but happy with their performance. So it just speaks volumes of the approaches of both teams, which is great to see. The philosophy.
Early free kick for Felda United. Nizal with a long ball, looking for Cairo Suleiman, who's been quiet, the number 11. One change then for Frenz United. Daniel Amir comes off.
Gone to a back 4.
So a slightly more defensive setup then for Frenz United. taken off an attacking midfielder and brought on a defensive player. Azrul, the number 5.
I think it's important for
Ronald carrying on where he left off, and Felda carrying on where they left off as well, just taking Ronald down from behind. That time, Ahmad Fitri, who must be teetering very close to a card by now.
There's a clear intention there to stop him at all costs. He was the difference, wasn't he, in the first half?
Raphael striding forward, but touchy ball. We did get a foot on that to win possession back. Saddam.
I think it's important for teams, especially young developing players, to play different formations and learn through experience.
Ronald making the run and doing well to win possession back, and a free header. Oh, he should have done better. Adi could have added to his goal tally, could have got a second of the game.
But then Ronald again winning the ball back. Perfect little caution there. If anything, Ivan standing still, they're very, very difficult to get from there. Standing still as the ball comes to him. You have to really get the arch back to get some power onto that. Off target.
Aris Fauzi now striding forward for Felda United, leading by example, the captain.
No doubt the first half, the Frenz United 3-4-3 wasn't as free-flowing as they would want. So I hope they don't abandon it, because you need to be able to try and learn those different formations.
No foul, says the referee. Felda United clearing to the safety of touch. Ronald, strong for little chap. Felda United do well now to get possession back now. Not many orange shirts forward. Now they start pouring forward, but it's a good tackle from Raphael.
And that's probably where Steve McMahon was talking about at half-time. They win the ball back, and a direct long ball approach from the back. When they've got great players, they've got to try and get those 3 or 4 passes like Steve McMahon was saying.
Rather wasted long ball there from Felda United. Al will gobble that one up. Impetus on the team in orange. This is considered a home game for Felda United. Of course, it's a home and away format in this Asian Champions Trophy. Also in this group, Chonburi and AIFF India, the Indian under-19 side, as we see that one harmlessly over the bar. Tell you that Chonburi and AIFF have played out a 1-1 draw, which is surprising. Well, great result for Indian development side, certainly, because Chonburi would have gone into that as raging favourites, I'm sure. Now, here come Felda United. This is Ronald. Again, lovely feed from the Brazilian, and he couldn't find Adi Ivan in the middle.
He's everywhere, isn't he? He's just low centre of gravity. Just knocks the ball into there. Short in stature, but like you mentioned, so strong on the ball. turn, left foot, right foot, defends for the team, takes players on.
Sasha immediately closed down by 2 orange shirts, and Felda United come away with it, and that was a wrong pass there from Khairul Suleiman. They keep possession though. No Azizul. Wide left. Couldn't find Olive for that pass.
See a yellow card there as Redho. A bit of frustration with Felda maintaining possession quite well.
Mansharo Azhar very animated there on the touchline. He would have been encouraged by a few signs from his team. They did create a few chances, and well, it wasn't the steamroller in the first half that everybody predicted. And, well, Felda United very much still in this, although should Frenz United get a third here, it would be almost as good as over. Now, Ivan, 2 number 7s doing battle here. Harris, the captain for Felda, in the end getting support from Noor Azizul.
No shot.
Get that under control. Just gifted back to Frenz United, and you don't want to do that, not when Ronald's around. Fashioned the shooting chance and took it, but harmlessly over the crossbar.
Here's the Frenz United go-to man Ronald once again. Look at him, he just really makes those forward runs so direct. And here we are, you'd almost expect him to go down here for the penalty. He stayed on his feet. Unfortunately, skied the ball over the bar, but look at the strength, just a real sheer determination to get that shot on target. We always tell our young players to back yourself, and there's one individual who does exactly that. I was pleased to see and hear Steve McMahon say that we want to try and get the ball to him as much as possible.
There they come again. Ball into the middle, but it kind of caught eyes up by surprise, that one. Maybe lost his radar with that shot there. Ivan Khalifa rather.
Maybe lost his radar. I think he's definitely lost his radar with that one. But he has had a very, very good game, Ivan. He's worked ever so hard, scored a great goal. He's teaming up really well with Ronald.
Felda United at the moment just can't seem to get out of their half. Wide. Sasha going for the return, cuts it back. This ball will fall to well taken in Felda United now. They have got a man down.
Looks to be in a bit of agony, touching his leg.
It's Noor Azizul. And here's how it happened.
Oh, you can see his left leg buckled under the weight as he sort of avoided that tackle. I don't like to see that. The leg, the knee buckles back and forth. He's clearly in a bit of pain. I don't like to see that for any player, but particularly for the young ones. Our team, Real Mulia, this year in the FAM League had 3 ACLs. 3 Three in the season. It's incredible.
Don't like to see that. And this looks serious for Noor Azizul. I don't think he'll be taking further part in this game.
I wouldn't think so. In the slow motion replay, there was a bit of literally a buckling of the knee. But they're pretty resilient, these young boys. So hopefully it's not too serious.
For now, though, Felda United will continue with 10, and they'll give this one back so that Frenz United can resume. Frenz United, the away side here tonight. Both sides play here at the Tuah Stadium. Against Ronald this time.
Frenz United have gone from 3-4-3. They've taken it to go back to a more traditional 4 at the back. The approach seems to be the same.
Noor Azizul is still receiving attention on the touchline, and so now Felda still playing with 10. They should really think about making a change soon, shouldn't they?
Yeah, I think the physio is mentioning to the bench that they need to make a change. And that's unfortunate.
That was Rigo with a foul there. Free kick to Felda United. Farid Nizal, well capable from this kind of distance. Yes, I said well capable. Okay, didn't do me any justice, but that was well wide of Ali Akbar's goal.
Some of the young players just have a scorching shot one game and they think they can do it every time. Why not? Generous round of applause for Noor Azizul. Just hope that's not too serious.
Felda United make a change. Ivan, goal scorer, makes way for number 15, Rizwan. Also number 15 comes on for Noor Azizul. So a couple of changes, and we're back underway again. Just past the hour mark here at the Tuah Stadium in Melaka. And as it stands at the moment, Frenz United heading to the top of the table. Ronald makes a run on the outside, and look for the number 10 again. Cuts backwards this time. Rico goes back. Azrul's ball. Safi. Sasha keeping the pressure here. Frenz United. That's nicely touched on. Wow. And in the end, Sasha got his shot away. You would say that's his weaker foot.
Again, great little cross. Look at Sasha. That's a great little touch off. Just skied it to the right of the post. But Sasha's also getting involved, making those forward runs, getting crosses in from the byline, getting for a mountain of work.
Confirmation of the Felda United substitution. North Entry on for Noor Azizul. Hope the number 33 is well. He came off, well, what can only be described as a jarred knee. certainly would make things interesting if the next goal to be scored here, well, came from the team in orange. I tell you that the earlier matchup between Chonburi and AIFF of India ended up a 1-1 draw. So Felda United will go top, level on points with Chonburi if they maintain this score. Beg your pardon, Felda United will go top. Of course, Chonburi would have 2 draws. See why I'm no good at math.
You wouldn't be surprised if Felda United figure on the score sheet.
Certainly as a neutral, and the game needs it as well.
Yeah, it does. It's just difficult with the likes of Raphael at the back there, marshalling the defence so well. Sasha, power of strength in that central midfield role.
Isaac turning, not finding a lot of change from the defenders today. The number 11 from Frenz United. He was explosive against AIFF India. Did I say AIFF? Yeah, of course I meant Chonburi. I confuse myself sometimes. Anyway, Frenz United A looking good at the moment for maximum points here. This would be their first win of this tournament of Group A. Their next matchup would be against the Indian select side. Goalkeeper, cool as you like there from Amirul. Doesn't get it very far though. Now Ike on the ball, checks backwards, feet to Sasha. They keep the ball very well, Frenz United.
I like to see when they keep it in the front third of the pitch and maintain a lot of possession.
There is a Felda United player down, and I think he's thought about putting the ball out for a while and carried on playing, and now it will go out.
By the letter of the FIFA laws, they don't have to do that. It's up to the referee to stop the game. But generally, you'll find that teams do kick the ball out when this kind of thing happens. But on the flip side to that, I've been involved in many games where the teams just go down to time waste. Then they just come off the field, and then as if they've been shot, and then within 10 seconds they're up on their feet again, coming back on.
Well, the Felda United captain, Haris Fauzi, receiving running repairs to his right leg there. On comes Stretcher. Eric Vandermeer getting his point across to his players. It'd be pretty much the same point Steve McMahon was trying to make. Keep the ball, give it to Ronald.
Yeah, no doubt. You can see all the coaches there. At this level, you need to be a teacher of football, not so much a manager. Manager's more for the more senior players, but here you need to be able to allow people to play different formations, give them specific instructions, allow them to make mistakes, express themselves.
Felda United throw. If it remains this way, Felda United will find themselves bottom of Group A. This is Izafi.
Felda dropping deeper and deeper as the game progresses.
Sasha didn't find Ike, but certainly a good idea between the 3 players there. Nice triangles being played.
Change of formation has worked with that regard for Frenz United, with the left and right fullbacks pushing forward. occupying the wide midfielders for Frenz United. It's giving more space for the two centre-backs to get on the ball and the two midfielders in central areas.
Rideau did well to win that. Now that's Ike from distance. Perhaps asking a bit too much. But just a measure of the boys' confidence.
Yep. No harm in having a shot from there. Shows his confidence.
Harris Falsey with a loose touch. That in turn was a strange pass from Ike.
Just needed to get a bit of a curl around it. But just curl the other way. Right off his big toe. Man the screen, the Ashraf's had a good game. Good commanding game in the goals for Felda United.
Certainly called into action a couple of times. Ronald with a misplaced pass shot. Goes off on a run. Pass finds him. Good closing down that time from Ike on Harris Falsey.
Give credit to both coaches, the management staff, because two teams are very well organised. The execution sometimes might be a little off.
That's Tuah from Harris Falsey gifting it to Sasha in the end though. It was a handball from Ronald. Nice turn from Farid Ashraf to get himself out of a spot of bother. Felda United are going to be making another change soon. But first they have to do a spot of defending. A shot, and it's a goal! A third goal for Frenz United. It's the substitute who's come on, Rizwan. And what an introduction for the young man.
Oh, great finish that was. And again, a bit of extended pressure in the forward area. Nothing that Amirul Ashraf can do with that. When we see the replay, the cross field, yeah, the open into space, you can see just smacked it across the keeper, nestled into the corner of the net, and that is picture perfect thing. But that's a great little build-up, good first touch, great advertisement for how to score goals from those distances by knocking it across the keeper. The keeper's coming towards the left-hand post, has to come back again. Dave Mitchell will be watching that from the sidelines, and he'll probably try and claim that as one of his ideas.
Meanwhile, Felda United do make the change. Their captain, Harris Falsey, makes way. And Olive Afham comes on in his place. So 20 minutes to play here in Melaka. Frenz United cruising now at 3-0.
Great goal it was. Good work there from Aizat on the screen. Really following up. Good sustained bit of pressure. Knocking the ball wide to Rizman.
Went out of play there. Infantry. Tuah with the goalkeeper nearly put his team in trouble. Felda United though clear the danger. throw. That's a shot from distance, and that's no trouble there for Ali Akbar. Ronald. Quick feet. Asking a bit too much though to get to the return. Here we see the goalkeeper there, Amirul. Well, you won't want to see that again. That could have fallen to Ibe, couldn't it?
Yeah, well, we allow him one mistake for the game because he's been really solid. You can't put him at fault to any of the goals. So it's important for coaches in these instances to concentrate on the positives, and there's been many positives for Amir Ashraf in this game.
Now, Felda United. Aleph wide to North Victory. Ball into the middle though.
Little fumble from Ashraf is good to see. The defenders around helping their goalkeeper in those moments. Good positioning.
It's a good tackle from Rideau. Frenz United getting possession back here. Azrul down the line. Ronald gets it back. Good spot of keep ball here. Aizat now. Lovely run by Aizat.
Very reminiscent of him in the first game, isn't it? He ran at defenders, all sorts of problems. Here he is at it again. And had to be taken down. A little clip of the heels.
Horik Nizal, who's taken over the captain's armband there from Haris Fauzi. The offender. Aizat is still down.
Just wants a breather. He's done a lot of work. If you look at Ronald's influence on the game today, it's been telling because a lot of the younger players watching, you see him do all the good things, but what I've noticed from him is a lot of the hard work he does. The time he wins the ball back. There's so much hard graft, defensive stuff for the team as well. And I think it's a really good lesson for a lot of the younger players out there. That he's from Brazil, he's coming over here. I think it's fantastic to play his football in Malaysia. The Frenz United Academy. His passion and his work rate is phenomenal, and it matches his ability.
Absolutely. Right, it's a 4-5-man wall here for Amirul Ashraf, and it looks like Sasha might fancy this one with his left. Certainly looked like it. Probably better for the left footer here.
Just tells Ronald to go away nicely.
Will be Sasha with his free kick, and Amirul Ashraf attentive enough. 2 bites at the cherry, but he's cleared it.
Again, Amirul, positioning is great. Gets there quickly, knocks the ball into the good areas, and quickly off his feet. His goalkeeping coach will be very proud of that. Great save, quick back on his feet, clears it.
Now, corner from Sasha, gets the return. Fakes across, cuts inside, he's into the penalty area here. And perhaps wanted to do too much with that. Felda United now, chance to clear their lines. It's a missed kick. This one. Rico gets it back. Sasha only managing to find Asmil now. Not many orange shirts to aim for, and I don't know what Asmil was actually trying to do there. Was it a shot? Well, Ali Akbar grateful for that.
I think it was a shot, very hopeful one. Towards the end of the game, a bit of tired legs. Didn't have much support up front. But really a poor choice.
Felda United get possession back. Again, good defending by Frenz United. Azrul, substitute, coming on in the second half.
Yeah, good tactical substitution that was from Frenz United. Really plugged that gaping hole from the first half.
You see a yellow card here from the referee. It's Amiru Zakwan holding extra close attention there to Isaac.
Isaac causing problems once again.
Ronald to Sasha. This is Afiq. Ronald wide to Ike.
They're really bossing the game now, aren't they?
Back with Ronald again. Weaving past orange shirts, the number 10. As the Frenz United possession count goes up even further here.
They're in cruise mode now, and they've got the formation that changed from the halftime what they're familiar with. Seems to have worked a bit of a treat for them.
Confirmation of the earlier yellow card there for the substitute. Here we see the third goal and how that worked out.
Yeah, it was fantastic. It was a great little finish here, but it all started from that look across the keeper, you know, just over 20 metres out from there, and right across the keeper. Nothing you could do about it. But again, it was the Ronald's forward run, the support from behind from Aizat, and the forward running from Usman that created that excellent goal. And again, Ronald didn't get the goal on there, but his run caused the issues with the defence going forward. Knocked it back, supporting player was Aizat. He's had a very, very good second half, I must say. Fresh legs of Usman. Great goal.
10 minutes to go here in Melaka, and well, it'll take a brave man to bet against Frenz United. You would say the 3 points certainly safe with the team in black at the moment, although it only takes a second to score a goal. Brian Clough said that.
And I dare say in this game, it'll be very difficult. Frenz United are really bossing things, maintaining possession.
And if a goal is scored, it's more likely to be the team in black as well. Sasha's free kick. Ronald again making a nuisance of himself and nearly getting on the end of that. Safiq took his eye off the ball and nearly made to pay there by Asmil.
He's had a great game as well. Asmil worked ever so hard. One really good header, one not so. But his overall work in the game has been very good. Up and down the park defensively. Sash had a good influence in the second half as well. Got on the ball a lot more than he did in the first half.
one's clearance. Daniel Rossley won't keep that in play.
Once again, I've really enjoyed travelling down to Melaka. This great little stadium to watch. Some really good talent. Fantastic, these type of tournaments. Gives players such a good kickstart to their careers. Travelling overseas, international opponents. Just brings back so many fond memories.
And if you add the National Football Development Program that's running alongside this, and certainly the future for Malaysian football, well, looks a lot brighter, doesn't it?
Yeah, definitely. We started that process in Australia 5 or so years ago, a national program. We're seeing the fruits now, but it takes time. I was searching through the Frenz United Facebook page today and looking through how professional that was and the great people that got involved. It can only be good for Malaysian football.
And I mean, it's a simple plan, right? You get a passport now and you give it to Ronald. It's quite simple. The number 10. Give him freedom of the country. And
I laugh at a few countries have actually done that.
Yellow card there for Sasha. He looks bemused.
Well, let's not forget Felda United as well. Such a short season. We just concentrate on this. Even though there's only a few minutes to go, there's still a bit of myth in the game. But Felda United, they've only been established for a good few years. Their first team is absolutely killing it, doing some extremely good work. I've watched them play a number of times, and they've set up their academy structure as well.
Felda United, of course, the full team, Felda United, party poopers in the final round in the Malaysian Super League, beating Johor Darul Ta'zim in the final round. Of course, it didn't matter in the end because Pahang also lost then. But they're well capable, Felda United. They've got the personnel, the Indra Putras, and they've got the experience, the young, and people in football, they'll tell you it's one of the better run outfits in Malaysia.
100%. Like I say, I often go down there and watch the games in Selayang. I know the people involved, and I actually was speaking to him about that. I said, you should take a lot of credit. It's not easy to establish a football team, but to get such success in such a short period of time. One of my former players, Duma Makechi, is playing for them, scoring a number of goals, and he used to speak so highly of the whole structure within the club.
He's a beast. He's a beast. Free kick then for Felda United, and straight into the arms of Ali Akbar. He tried to find Ike, but no avail. Now Asmil puts it forward, asking a lot of Khairul Suleiman there.
Ali Akbar in goal for Frenz United has probably had only one error of judgment.
I think you and I could have played in goal for Frenz United tonight.
There's been a few, apart from that, a few long-range efforts that really hasn't troubled him. But it's these games, they just need to be ready for that one moment.
Now Frenz United probing again down the right-hand side. Felda United holding firm.
But one thing's for sure, Frenz United, they will know they've been in a game tonight. 3-0 scoreline is perhaps a little flattering. 2 set pieces and a great third goal, I must say. But overall, the Felda United under-19 team has held themselves very well. The difference has been the likes of Ronald and Raphael, seems to be a bit of a size difference in the two teams, and that's telling when you get these set pieces.
Absolutely. Another injury problem here, and here's how it happened. It's more trying to avoid Ronald, really. Farid Ashraf.
They can be so innocuous. I've seen so many injuries happen where there's been no one around. They just do a slight turn, and the knee gives way, the ankle gives way.
Well, Farid Ashraf being stretchered off, and Sharul Azhar. Well, his team's given a good account of themselves here, despite the 3-0 scoreline.
Well, the interview at half-time was, I agree wholeheartedly, they played well. They've actually played some very, very good football. The difference is they probably haven't got the likes of Ronald Santana.
That is absolutely big difference between the two sides. A couple of minutes ago here, plus time to be added on by the referee.
Let's not forget the influence of Rafael at the back, Saddam, Sasha, really the important players. It's great to have them playing here.
Isaac working tirelessly up front as well, the number 11. There's Ronald again on the ball. Tried to do too much that time. Losing possession.
Look at him chase back. He knows he's made a little bit of a blunder. Not trying to do much, but he goes, okay, I'm gonna do my team task and try and win the ball back.
Sasha wide. Isaac will keep running for this. And Amirul Ashraf in the Felda United goal. He too, well, he's put in a good shift despite picking the ball up back of the net 3 times. He's been called into action, and when asked to do so, more than capable.
100%. Really impressive.
Sasha again tidying things up there in midfield for Frenz United.
I'd say from Frenz United, it's been a solid performance, perhaps not spectacular, but they've got the job done.
This one's header.
On the plus side, they've tried a new formation first half, bit of a learning curve for the players. They've learned from that. They've adapted to the game situation, solved the football problem.
Offside decision there. We're into the 3 minutes added on at the end of this half now. Frenz United are nearly there. Sasha is making way, and this is nothing more than a substitution to run down the clock, really.
Acknowledge with a big stadium here, you would get a lot of people would be singing their praises for a good performance from Sasha in that midfield, particularly in the second half.
On comes Sajad Gassam for Sasha.
These kind of substitutions often happen by managers to show acknowledgement for a great performance, give them 1 or 2 minutes extra rest from their teammates. He's done a lot of work, Sasha.
Yeah, he has, absolutely. Another good shift put in by the Frenz United number 2. Now, is there a 4th goal here for the team in black? That was given away. And you can see tiredness now starting to creep in to the team in orange. And was he clipped? The linesman's flag is up. The referee has given a penalty here. Alif Riza.
Yep. My initial reaction seeing him up here was 100%. The linesman, his flag was up straight away. Here we are, great bursting run forward, and here we are, knocks in, he just takes his legs. Yep, definite penalty for me. The linesman agreed, and here we are. Just took his legs, turned his back, clipped his heels.
That's a good run from Azrul, the sub who came on and in the second half to do a defensive job, but
His first way forward with those fresh legs.
now who's going to take this penalty? Well, it can only be Ronald, can it? Deserving of a goal, his performance this evening.
Cap it off for a good performance.
Will it be goal number 4 for Frenz United?
The Ronaldo stance.
Ronald makes it 4.
And well done. Well done to Ronald Santana. Good player. He's also got a decent name. That rolls off the tongue. So I can see we'll be hearing a lot more about this young man. But again, solid penalty. And for a really spectacular performance from that young man today.
Amirul Ashraf sent the wrong way by the diminutive Brazilian, who caps a fine performance here this evening with the 4th and final goal as the referee blows for full time. 4th goal there scored by Ronald, but it started so early with Ivan netting in the first minute, and then of course Rildo scoring in the 22nd minute. Rizwan, the substitute, getting on the score sheet as well, and Ronald, well, that makes it 4, and Felda United unable to find anything in reply. Full time then in Melaka, it's Felda United 0, Frenz United A 4.